Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I am so pumped for today's video. First though, oh I think I spit. First though, I got like a ring light, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna love the lighting or not, but we're gonna play around with it. We're gonna see if this is something that we enjoy for these videos. But I am so excited for today's video because if y'all don't know, my favorite artist is Beyoncé. It's got my one tattoo is of a bee. That is for Beyoncé. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My best friend and I, we got matching tattoos of Beyoncé. And no shame. Really, truly no shame. I love it. It is great. But today I am going to recreate one of my favorite eyeshadow looks that I have seen on her, especially within music video, and it is from her Mine music video. I will throw up a picture so you can see. It has this beautiful, almost mauve-y kind of rose matte in the crease. Then it's this beautiful kind of aqua-y blue all over the lid in kind of a halo fashion. And what I've always thought was the same kind of blue. It's actually a green that is underneath and then like white in the waterline. So that is what we are going to create today. And I am pumped for it. So first up, I'm going to put on my Milani eyeshadow primer, as I always start off my lovely eyeshadow looks with. You got to prime those lids, please. All right, so I've primed up my lids. Now I'm going to be pulling from a couple of different palettes. I know I've created this from mainly Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes in the past, but I'm going to throw in some lovely matte shades from the amazing Trio Chrome palette from Natasha Denona, just because we have some really pretty kind of like dusty pink color in here that I just think is perfect for what is in this transition area. So I'm just gonna go in, put it within the transition area and really buff it out, blend it to the extreme. Now I'm really gonna start to build up that color within this outer corner here and a bit within the inner corner because she does have this halo effect on her eye. We definitely want to capture that. I'm not quite sure if it is a shadow that probably has a decent amount of shift to it, so it might have just been one shadow, but to replicate that we might have to kind of put a couple together to make it look a bit more like that halo effect that she has. So I'm gonna color with a little bit of this matte underneath the shimmer to help kind of show that it is hopefully a little bit darker in tone with having this matte underneath the blue shimmer. All right, now that we have this on, we are gonna go in with that beautiful kind of bright blue that she has all over the lid. Now for this, the Masquerade Mini was one of my first Juvia's Place palettes, and I wanted it because of how stunning the blue and the purples are within this top portion. They are some of the most vibrant, beautiful blues that I had ever seen and truly work so, so well on the eyes. So I'm gonna go in with the color Zola and put that all within kind of the center portion of the lid. Then we'll start to kind of blend it and build it down a bit. Now she does keep the shadow a bit above her natural crease, so that is a bit of a cut crease, but it's not very pronounced. So I will be sure to kind of go in and tap it above my crease and create kind of that shape that's similar to hers, but don't worry, it's not gonna be difficult. We are not going in with concealer to cut the crease. We will just be using the shadow. So you might see me spray my brush. I'll bring you back in for that point to kind of help really press on the shadow where we want it to be. Now actually, I'm gonna go right in with my finger with these beautiful Juvia's Place. Oh, the pigment is always packing. So now I'm gonna go in with a bit of like a deeper blue color and kind of put that on the inner and outer portions, just to try to get a bit of that difference that we don't have within the one Zola shade, that brightest blue. Now with putting in some of that other blue, I'm gonna go in and just kind of blend my outer and inner corners just so that we have a bit of that depth from the shade coming in. But then of course we are going to need to blend in more of that bright light blue over those edges and really get it nicely blended, because she is looking a little crazy at the moment. So now I'm gonna go in with a dampened brush back into my light blue shade. Put that again right into the center portion and then just start to kind of blend it right over what we had originally put with that darker blue. And again, don't feel afraid of getting in a crease that's a bit higher than what your normal crease is, because that's definitely part of this look. Now I'm gonna go back and pack in just a little bit more of that deeper color. Not too much though, but just to give us a little bit more of the touch of the depth. Now there does seem to be almost a bit of greeniness in this blue shadow as well, so I think I'm gonna tap in with a little bit more of kind of like a green shade as well on the top, which would make probably a bit more sense considering the bottom is definitely more of a green than anything. So I'm gonna kind of tap over with this green, and then I'll go back in and tap over with the same blue, just to try to kind of get this right greeny blue combo that she's got going. So pretty though, these shades. We have still our lovely pop of the rose kind of shade, the mauve within the crease. So pretty. Just kind of a very simple look really, but just so impactful with how beautiful it can look. So I am now going to go in, kind of do the rest of my face, and then we will come back in for that lower lash line. All right, everybody, and here we go with a good amount of our face already done. The next step is definitely getting some white within that waterline, so that's what I'm gonna do now with my lovely NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. What is this one? In Milk. Now that we have that very bright contrast, we're gonna go in underneath the eye and get that green smoke going. Now, it does look like perhaps there are two different shades of green. I'm not quite sure. Again, it's probably similar to what was on top, where she had like a blue shade that probably was pretty multi-dimensional, so that on the different angles it looked probably a bit more deep. But we're gonna go in with two different blues. I've also been pulling from the lovely Magic palette. Also, probably my favorite palette from Juvia's Place, just because I like love all of these colors in here. Both this and the Masquerade Mini are just top-notch palettes. If you are looking to explore with color, I highly recommend them. So I'm gonna go in with this deeper green shade first and just kind of put that probably more within the first or the outer half of the under lower lash line area, and kind of try to build it up just a bit to a point, a little bit, because I do see some bit of smoke kind of on her outer corner, but I don't think it is very heavy. I don't really think there's liner, maybe just a hair, but nothing extreme. So let's do that. Now we're gonna go in with the lighter green within the Masquerade palette. Now truly, these look pretty similar on the eye. There is not a whole lot of difference here. Now I don't see a whole lot of the rose shade underneath, so I'm actually gonna go in with more of kind of a matte shade that's closer to my skin tone and kind of buff out more the inner portion and the outer corner, and try to kind of keep perhaps more of the concentrated green in the center, because it does look like maybe I overdid the green here on both of the eyes. So let's see if this kind of helps to mute it a little. It definitely is better, but it still is more green than what I probably would want. So I'm gonna try to go in and clean it up a little bit with some concealer. And I think what I need to do to make it a little bit more similar is bring down a bit of that deeper kind of purpley blue that we have going, just because you can definitely see more of a green coming into her eye, but I think it's kind of more this outer portion that needs to flow a little bit better. So I'm gonna go into this chai color, and hopefully this will help give us a bit more depth for what we need. Definitely think it's helping. Now I'm gonna go into more of the matte, one of the matte shades within the Trio Chrome. Ooh, I feel like I got a cat hair. One of the deeper shades within here, this manganese color, and really kind of build up a bit more of the depth on the bottom. Now, having the green on the bottom certainly adds a different element to this look than what I've ever done with it before. I'm not sure if I love it as much. Obviously, looks are going to look different on different skin tones. Perhaps I like kind of doing the same thing that I did in my other times, where I have more of kind of the pink going as kind of something that's blended out and then kind of mimicking that halo eye. But you know, we are gonna roll with it. We are gonna go with it. And that is what it's going to be. So I'm going to curl my lashes and I will bring you back in for closing it out. All right, so I forgot my inner corner highlight, but we're going to go into just a shade within this Masquerade palette, which is kind of like a light champagne. And we're going to go in just within this inner corner here and brighten it up just a touch, because it definitely is a little bit brightened. All right, and the last step is kind of like, she has a bit more of a lighter shade than this, of a really pretty kind of pinky nude gloss, but I have this from Ava Beauty. This is one of their newer launches. This is called Marvelous, and this is a Your Lips But Better lip gloss. So let me pop this on. So hers is just a bit more nude than this, but I think it is really pretty in how it kind of blends in a bit of what we have within our transition area. So yeah, that was this video. I like the look. I don't know if I love it this way with the green underneath. Excuse me, but I still think it is really pretty. I love playing with warm and cool tone shades together. I always think that is just such a stunning combo. And I do think most looks look better with mascara. So that's always something to look forward to too. Once you get some lashes on, you're kind of like, oh, this may have just saved the look, perhaps. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you on the next one. And wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, I hope you are able to do something you love every single day. All right, bye guys.